Hey guys, it's me Kiana and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing my August TBR. Just to let you guys know, I do start school August 27th and I do plan on continuing working part-time, so my reading might change, but I have about like 5 books here, 4 that are on my TBR and 1 that I randomly started and hope to finish in the month of August. So I'm going to show you guys what I am currently reading. I am currently reading Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas. I am 272 pages of the way through and I am absolutely loving it. I am tabbing it, which means you guys do get an exclusive book review and I will be all done with the Throne of Glass series. This of course is the 7th and final book in the Throne of Glass universe. This is basically when Aileen and all of them finally face Iran and they're done, and like this book, I already cried like 2 times reading it, and this is the exclusive, for me, the exclusive books a million where I live at, which is the fan art, which is Manan, the 13, Abraxas, and then I want to say that's Lorcan and Elide, and this is of course Aileen and Rowan. But I am loving this book. This book is 984 pages and I'm only 27% of the way through. But I do want to finish this in August. When, I don't know, but I am taking my time. I am tapping it up and I'm loving every single minute of it. But yeah. So if you have seen my wrap up, I had randomly decided to start a Harry Potter reread, and I managed in the month of July to listen to Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone along with Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. So I plan to at least listen to my favorite book, which is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I had started this reread last year and I had gotten to book 3, which is my favorite, and then I stopped. Don't know why, but I stopped. As we all know, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban follows, of course, Harry Potter. It is his 3rd year now at Hogwarts, and a mass murderer known as Sirius Black is on the loose. They now have a new Defense Against the Dark Arts professor known as Professor R.J. Lupin, and now because Harry's in 3rd year, he can now start going to Hogsmeade. But we all know what happens. This is, I don't know why, but this is honestly my favorite book, and I did tab it up as I did with book 1 and 2, and hopefully when I do get to book 4 I tab it up as well. Maybe not as much as I did it here, but I do. This is honestly one of my favorite books, and yes. I then plan to continue on with my reread of The Wayward Children. I plan on reading Down Among the Sticks and Bones by Shauna Maguire. This is book 2 in The Wayward Children. This is a prequel, and it is the story of Jack and Jill, who went to the town of Moore. We get their backstory. I plan on listening to this. Like, I listened to Every Heart a Doorway. I'm trying to listen more to audiobooks, but I feel sometimes, like with the shorter books like this, I would definitely read the audiobook. But like with bigger books, I find like I get myself distracted. But yeah, I do plan on reading this. I read this last year in July. Absolutely loved it. But yes, I do plan on reading this again. And maybe I'll do like a book review on book 1 and 2 soon. Maybe. I don't know. I then plan on reading to be finally done with my entire reread of A Court of Thorns and Roses series. I plan on rereading A Court of Frost and Starlight. As everyone knows, I read this, I want to say May, June of last year. I did an entire reading vlog about it, known as my A Court of Frost and Starlight review. This is basically a little short story called a novella that bridges the first 3 books to the next 3 books that are coming out, and this is basically now after the war with Hybern. How is everyone recovering? How is everyone doing this? I absolutely did love it. I have a little water damage here, but I love it. And like I said before, when they do the next book, I hope that it has the little ends like this because it looks absolutely gorgeous. But then I'll be all caught up with my reread, which makes me really sad. But yes, A Court of Thorns and Roses follows a girl named Farah Archian, and she is a human. Well, in the first book she was human, and she basically is the only person that provides and hunts for her family. And one night in like the dead of winter, she goes out into the woods and she successfully kills a wolf. Unbeknown to her, the wolf is actually Fae, and the High Lord of the Spring Court comes and says, "You killed one of my men, and because of that, now you owe me a life debt, and now you have to come live out the rest of your human life in the Spring Court." that is the first book. That is how we get introduced and hooked into the series. It is marketed as YA, but it is not. There was very, very graphic sex scenes in the books. So this is actually adult and not adult fantasy and not YA fantasy. But I absolutely love this book and I cannot wait to reread it. I then plan on reading for the first time to finally be caught up with the series, A Reaper at the Gates by Sabaa Tahir. This is the third book in the Ember and the Ashes. I want to say it is a quartet, but in this book we follow multiple people. We follow Elias, who is a soldier on the run. We follow Laya, who is a slave on the run. We follow Helene, who is the blood shrike, who is tasked with finding Elias and killing him to bring honor to the Empire. And they're basically trying to free the slaves. That's basically what this is about. I absolutely loved book 1. I loved book 2 when I read it. I do have a book talk coming out very, very soon about the book. But yes, I do look forward to reading this. I will be tabbing it up like I tabbed up book 1 and 2 and doing a book review on it possibly. But yeah. And because I did not know what else to add to my TBR, I decided to bring back the CPR jar. The TBR jar is in my little Just Keep Swimming Dorothy, and I want to say that's the name right there. It's in my little book. I have all my unread books here. I added the new ones, took away the ones I gave away or possibly already read. So my niece, who's sitting over here, is going to shake it. I'm gonna shake it for her. I'm gonna shake it, and you're gonna pick. Close your eyes. You're gonna reach deep, deep, deep. Okay, give me. Give me. She picked Our Dark Duet, which is actually the second book in a duology, which means I have to reread the first book. So I'll be right back. She picked Our Dark Duet. So because my niece picked out Our Dark Duet, which is the second book, I have to reread, of course, the first book, which is This Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. This is the first book in the duology. And basically, in this world, depending on how bad your sin is, you create monsters. And the town is divided into two. Those who want to get rid of the monsters and don't create crimes, basically, and those who make crimes and create the worst monsters ever. So yeah, I have not read this book in a really, really long time, and I'm actually really, really happy that my niece picked this out. So those are the books I plan on reading in the month of August. Hopefully I can finish every single one of them. Everyone knows for the past 2 months I have read between 9 to 10 books per month, and which is really, really strange because usually I read only 5 to 6. But yes, that is all for today's videos. I'll be leaving here 2 videos on this video you guys should go check out. I post Mondays and Thursdays, and I'll be seeing you guys really, really soon with my book haul. Bye guys.